This is not a gracious look at the past. This is accountability. This is loss of stuff that happened. Alcohol, depression, suicide. Life, love left us everything. Coping mechanism, meaning, joy, genetic. What about toxic stress condition? Ideologic trauma for you and me. This is force, movement, control, power. Give it to us. Sing hello. Tell me what you know. Is control. This is control.
They are lit.
Is control. Is control. This is staggering defeat, logic, terrorism. Compete yourself to death. This is always triggering fear, everything. Normal assault. This is what makes man a man. Make believe we can do anything.
But at this point, if you want to buy, say, rank 2, if you've got 2 ranks in a combat skill, you can.
You know exactly what you need.
All right, so my microphone is on. And let's do this. Your guys' microphone should be on. Somebody say something.
Yep.
Something.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Nice.
Something.
Excellent. Yeah, so we're...
Do I sound okay? Because this
Yeah,
is
you
a
sound great.
crappy... Okay, cool.
You guys are being...
Yeah, I'm
trained.
just using my computer. I don't have headphones or microphones or anything,
You
so
sound fine.
I probably sound.
You guys are being streamed to
sound
the
fine.
internet right now. So give me a second. I'm gonna make sure this isn't too loud. Fuck yeah, it sounds sexy as hell.
That's right. That's all. That's all.
That's right.
That's all you, Bill.
Whoop. All right. Hey, you can see my mouse. It's very stylish. It's like... All right, so we should be good. Oh, yeah, I didn't.
We're going to have it where we think, right, that was fantastic. That was the best 3 hours of roleplay ever.
Yes.
And none of it will have gone live.
Well, that's the thing. Like, Ken gave me so much shit last time. Like, okay, hold on a second. Let me make sure this works.
Because isn't there usually a fifth screen with the live stream on it?
He said he can't do it.
Alright, so we should be good. Awesome. We should sound good.
Excellent. As long as we look good.
No, we should be good. In fact, I'm the only person that really sounds like ass. Great. Great. So, yeah, last time, Ken gave me all kinds of shit because he was like, oh, you know, your sound was no good. And I was like, well, I am not a sound engineer. Leave me alone. mean man. Yeah, we're live, dude.
Mean man. Alright, okay, well, we'll get started. So, welcome to the Twin Vipers, take 2. This was originally ran about 6 months ago. With the game, or with the story, it branches into 2 in the first half, so you can, depending on which route your players take you down, you've got one of 2 adventures. We did the first adventure with Miller and Ken. We're doing the second adventure with Sketch, Adrian, and Bill. Bill, it's my turn. Let's start off with you. Can we get a brief recap of how you got here, what your character looks like, and just a gist of what your character thinks he's doing here? Why is he on a boat heading to war?
I'm not sure he knows why he's on the boat, but I will. I will tell you all the. Oh my God! There's a trash can. Don't worry about it. It's cool. So my guy's name is Mateo. He fancies himself a sword fighter. He's like the 3rd son of the Galliano. It's not Galliano. That's a liquor. Hold on a second. The Galena family.
Galena.
Galliano's not bad, by the way. I think he put it in the Harvey Wallbanger. Is that what I'm thinking? Doesn't matter.
Is that the elderflower liqueur?
No. Sorry, John. It's just like, why?
ADHD.
So, Mateo Galena, he is the 3rd son of, high up nobles. He's got a very powerful aunt. And he is a rebel rouser and a lush, or was. Basically so that the family wouldn't get more disgraced. He was sent to be a priest. So he was in the priesthood for a little while, absolutely drinking on the sly and bedding as many nuns as possible. Finally, his aunt was like, hey, listen, low key, I'm gonna fucking kill you. So you better stop. And he did. Last adventure, he met up with Miller's character and Ken's character. Ken's character is Dawkins. Although Ken mispronounces every single name, so I'm gonna call him Dawkins.
Yeah, it changes every week.
Yeah. Dawkins and what is Miller's
Marco.
character? Marco, right.
Marco,
Matteo, Dawkins.
Yep.
We essentially stopped a plot to kill the upcoming Doge, so the leader of Venice. Turns out, though, that guy didn't become the Doge. And what we're in right now, it's been 2 years since then. Dawkins has become like a village hero. What we're in right now, sorry, I'm just doing a fucking recap, is
Go ahead.
there's a war. I'm going to let John describe that, because basically my guy's been ordered to do it. But before you do, dude, he looks like a rapscallion. Looks road hard and put up wet. So his dark hair, balding, he covers it up. It's like, growing his hair out as long as possible, pushes it back, not pulling from life at all. And he wears, rather finery, subdued. Has like a ring on his finger of the Galena family. Pretty nice sword. Is generally drunk. But it turns out he's a fairly competent fighter. And despite all the rough and tumble chauvinism, etc., that he espouses, big word, he actually has a heart of gold.
Brilliant. I will do a recap. That was great. But next, Adrian, brief description of your character and why you're here.
All right. I am Pietro Candiano. I am a member of a noble family that has kind of fallen on hard times, isn't really at the forefront of power and influence and status in Venice anymore. Would like to recover that status, but hasn't really figured out an effective path to that yet. I'm even within that sort of slightly shoddy noble family, I am kind of a insignificant person within that family. So my father died when I was quite young, and I was the only son in that family. Then my mother remarried and had sons with her future husband, and I grew up in that household as the eldest. But of course, the sons of the new husband were actually the ones who got the priority and will inherit the titles and so on. So I'm kind of resentful of that fact. I've always considered myself to be the smartest person in the room and kind of surrounded by people who have more than me, get more than me, but not because they're better than me, just because of their status through who they were born. I don't really want to be on this mission, but my family wanted to have a representative on it in case the mission turned out well, so they could say, well, they were a part of this mission that helped Venice. And so I'm trying to look at it as an opportunity to maybe make some contacts and see kind of who's important, who's there on this mission, and who I can maybe get in with to further my own success in life.
Brilliant. Next is Sketch. Brief description of your character, why your character's here, that sort of thing.
I'm playing Neo, and his last name is on a different page. Maranjan means builder, shipwright. He is not of noble birth, but his family has kind of risen up in the arsenal a little bit. And his idea is to keep doing that. He's, a young guy, roughly I think I wrote 27. He has like a short crop beard. He keeps his hair longer than a laborer's, but shorter than a courtier. Kind of like brushes his collar a little bit. He has fairly nice clothes. Like he doesn't look like he's out of place in less noble circles. But the thing that gives him away is his hands. His hands are worn and calloused, and that's what gives him away of actually being a worker, a shipbuilder. He is here specifically. Before I get there, he's a little bit of a cad. He likes to get into trouble. He brought his friends with him. On this mission. Lorenzo, Alvisa, and Zwan. They're always getting into trouble. If anything goes wrong, they're the usual suspects, that kind of thing. And his whole deal is he's here on mission for a lot of the same reasons, to represent his family in this endeavor, but also to gain glory for himself and his family, to keep moving up in society.
Neat. Right, fantastic. So, the background. It's 1402. The Duke of Milan, Gian Galeazzo Visconti, has started a war footing. He is marching from Milan down towards Bologna, and the whole region fears that he's going to get further than he did about 10 years ago, where he reached the cities of Bologna, Florence, and Padua. But this time, the fears is increased because his army and his confidence has been bolstered by the fact that 2 years ago, the Holy Roman Emperor, perhaps supposedly the most powerful man in Europe, had sent an army to shut him up because he's a bit of an asshole. But he managed to actually repel the Holy Roman Empire. And knowing now that there isn't anyone in Europe that can stop him, he's decided to gather an army, and he's going straight for Bologna, and God knows from there. Fearing that they would be the next city, and also wanting to try and save Bologna, Florence sent representatives to Venice with the hope to buying an army. The Venetians, as always, tried to cut a deal, and they asked for more and more and more, and Florence couldn't quite afford it, but they needed to. But in the meantime, whilst negotiations were going on, a secret meeting took place. No one really knows who was in the meeting except those who were in it. But the offshot of it was that a mercenary warlord by the name of Johannes de Tizago started recruiting men.
Yeah, he did.
Started recruiting men, and he managed to gather maybe 200-300 people, got 3 ships, and brought with them the bravest, the noblest people from Venice, including which are the 3 main characters here. They set off down along the coast towards the mouth of the Po River, and then when they started heading along the Po River, they would stop at every village, every town, to recruit more men. It became obvious to Pietro that the mustering of forces was getting too successful, and within a week, the predicted numbers of how many people would be in this army would be greater than what the ships could actually hold. So Johannes de Tizago, he held a meeting and asked for 150 volunteers from all 3 ships to move onto the mainland and then follow the river westward to meet them at a rendezvous point, a bluff between Ferrara and Bologna. So, of the 150 men, there is Matteo, Pietro, and Niccolo, and amongst many other NPCs. Of these NPCs, the group is being led by a man known as Gianvito Pugliesi. He's one of the White Captains. The White Captains are the lieutenants for Johannes within the White Company. Each one wears a mask of some kind. Gianvito's mask is a cloth mask, so he doesn't have one of the metallic masks that the other more senior White Captains have. He's young, he's nervous, and within a matter of hours, knowing that Pietro had pointed out the logistical problem of the mustering, he heads over towards Pietro and asks if Pietro, I understand that you're good with numbers. Would you be willing to help me in the day-to-day running of this small army? We've got 2 weeks to get to the bluff, and within that time, we'll be getting more people. We're going to have to get more food, more drink, and I would appreciate it if you're with me to help me. Are you okay with that?
Certainly. Whatever I can do to assist to make this mission work, I will do.
Great. Brilliant. Thank you so much. He then turns to a gentleman who's slowly walking behind on his left-hand side. He says, this is Gaspar Ulian. He's a minor lord from the city Treviso. When he catches up with Gianvito, Gaspar nods, looks at all of you, because I imagine all 3 of you all together. He gives Matteo a slight nod, and there's a little bit of a wink between the 2 of them. No reasons are given, but Gaspar simply says, I'm here serving the interests of Lady Agneta from Treviso. I'm here to serve. I fought against the Viper before, but we'll see how this one goes. I'm pretty confident we can stop them from reaching Bologna, and once we do, push them back to Milan. We're fine.
Have I heard of this guy before? Do I know anything about him, or this the lady who is his
Do you have any ranks and network?
Yes, that's I think my best thing. So where's
How
that
many
one?
ranks?
Network. Oh, hang on,
society.
that's not the best one. So network, yeah, I've got 1. I've got a check mark by society, and I've got 1 by that.
Okay. You've heard of the Forsetta family. They are a family that some branches are in Padua, which is the next biggest city in the mainland, nearest Venice. They also have branches of the family within a smaller city called Treviso. That's pretty much all that you know about the Lady Agneta Forsetta.
Okay.
Both Treviso and Padua are kind of like vassal cities. They're not owned by Venice, but they're always strongly allied.
Mm-hmm.
They're subordinate cities, but they are not run by Venice. Gaspar and Gianvito kind of nod to you, Pietro, and then they kind of both nod to you, Matteo, noting that you are noble, and they just smile towards you, Nicolo, and then they both turn around and then they head off. Unless there's plenty of time for you to, guys, if you want to ask these two any questions.
I don't. I just sort of do the nods and sit back. I do have a real quick question. Are we on top of the deck? Are we in the in the hold? Where are we?
You are on land.
Oh, we're on land.
You are, yeah. All 150 of you, kind of.
My bad. I didn't hear that.
Oh no, that's fine. It's my fault. All 150 of you are slowly forming, like, the caravan, so to speak. There were horses, some carts. Most of the people are just on foot.
So are we on foot, or are we on horses, or on a wagon, or something?
You guys, there won't be enough horses, but maybe, I mean, as a noble, would you want to push for a horse? I say there's like 20 horses, and there's about 5 carts, but there's 150 people.
It depends on my station. Like, I would absolutely have a horse, assuming there isn't, like, if they're all like a bunch of dukes, obviously I'm not gonna take a horse, right? I'm not gonna shame any noble, right? But if it's like lesser nobles, then yeah, I'll take the horse over them.
Okay. What's your estate?
Probably not.
Your character sheet's society.
Let's see. It's under society, you say? Hold on.
Yeah, next to society. It's one of the 6.
1 dot.
Okay, you are. There aren't many.
Yeah, I picked it, but I don't. Yeah, one little.
One. Okay.
Tick.
You're not quite high up in the pecking order, but for the first day or so, for the first couple of hours while people are getting in line, you notice that there aren't that many big names here. Ironically, the biggest names here don't even belong to Venice. There is a lady by the name of Epifania Fanara, and she has like a retinue of about 3 bodyguards, and she's from Florence. And then there is another man who is probably the noblest of all the nobles, and he's also from Florence, but his name is Giovanni de Medici, a Florentine lord. He and Lady Fanara were the representatives from Florence who spoke directly with the Grand Council of Venice. And then they had to turn down the cost, and then all of a sudden they left Venice with an army. No one really knows how, but obviously Florence has allies within Venice.
Right.
So you wouldn't be shaming any noble by asserting your influence in getting a horse. It's just you're on the same level. Okay. What about the other 2? Would you want to try and go for a horse, or are you quite happy to go on foot? Because I'm assuming you're all together because you spent like a week drilling together. So you 3 and Luigi know each other quite well.
Take a horse. I mean, is there someone we ask about? Okay, can I take a horse, or do we just is there someone in charge of that, or how's it being determined? Is it?
So the horses and the carts are the last to get off the boat. So you'll have some of the leaders or some of the people assisting Gian Vito. They get off first, and they stand off to one side and they just herd people off the boats. But the horses and the carts are not the first to come off. So some people who have an eye on for a cart, they're kind of like loitering off to one side.
Yeah, see, I reckon I would have been eyeing off. Okay, how many high status? Because I'm kind of a logistics guy, but I'm also, someone who's like watching what's going on and what people are doing. And I figure, okay, there's not that many horses and I want one. So I'm going to probably linger back and hang around whoever seems to be looking after the horses. And I'm just going to try and basically, as soon as one's available that looks like a decent horse, I'm just going to hop on it. I assume they're saddled up and ready to go and all of that. So the reason why they don't get onto the road straight away is it's the saddling up, getting the bits and all that sort of thing. So right, because you're actively doing that. From you, could I have a because you're playing it cool and waiting? Can I have a composure? Now, are you trying to persuade and use guile to talk to the right people, or are you wanting to try and use influence and authority? Or I think I'm using guile. Yeah, no, I'm using guile.
Guile. Okay, so if you're using guile, then it'll either be interaction or composure. Guile, persuade.
Okay, so for composure, I've got 4, so that's 8.
Wow.
Now, guile, I've got 3, but I don't have any extra in persuade.
That's no problem. So you roll 8 dice.
Yep.
Any 10s, keep automatically. Any 1s, discard. And then of the remaining dice that you've rolled, keep 3. Add them all up and let me know what your tally is.
Oh, I keep getting, it's going to be suspicious because I almost want to like point my camera at it. I got 3 10s. I got a 9 and an 8. Is that how many I keep? Or I keep one more? Do I keep it?
Yeah, so
and a 6.
Jesus, right, okay. So you've got
39, 47. What's that then? 53 is my roll. That is my number. So I get the best horse that's there or something.
Yeah.
The shiniest, fittest horse or something.
Okay, so I'm picturing the scene here. So Mateo goes the first horse he sees, asserts his influence.
Mm-hmm.
You then you head over to the person who's saddling up the horses. Nicolo, what are you doing? You can see your 2 companions just making a beeline for horses.
I have been kind of bullshitting with my boys, but then I look over and I see both of them getting on a horse, and I'm not going to be looking up to them the whole time. I'm also going to head over and go get myself a horse. I'm going to walk up to the grooms there, and I'm going to use influence and charm.
Okay. Are you associating yourself with Pietro, or are you just doing your own?
I will see that. So it's not looking like he is just. I mean, it looks like they just obey him from the outside. Yeah.
He's literally just gone over and went, "I'll have that," that sort of thing.
I will walk up and nod to both of them and strike up a little bit of a conversation with the 2 of them as I'm waiting for the groom to come back or whatever. So it is obvious that I am with these people, or at least it might come across that way.
No problem. Right, Bill, the person that you're talking to, just Yeah. So when you approach and you're after the horses, what exactly do you say?
I'll have one of those in an Irish accent.
Oh, not the accent.
Naturally.
Of course.
It's so hard to do this accent.
Sorry.
I will have one of those.
So what's?
Actually, he won't say anything. He just goes over to the horse and, kind of is looking at it, pets it down, finding like the right one that has the right disposition. He'll pick like a mare or something. And look around for the saddle, saddles it up, and just gets on. Like, very Clint Eastwood about it.
As you're doing that, not without even looking at you, one of the grooms says, "Hey, hold on. Where do you think you're going? These horses are for the captains and the sergeants."
Who's he? Who is this guy?
He's just someone who's saddling up the horses. There's 3 people. There's, as I say, there's like between 10 and 20 horses, and there's 3 people slowly saddling them up. Behind you, you can hear a conversation between Pietro and the groom of the horse that he's going for, which we'll call it a grey stallion. It's like it's clearly the best horse there. He's like, yeah, very, very nice. Whatever, you can't quite hear what Pietro's saying, but the guy's going, yes, of course, yes, sure. And then he quickly saddles up the horse, and then he helps Pietro get on the horse. By the way, do you 3 have any ranks in ride?
I do have 1 rank in ride, and I put that in race.
Brilliant, excellent.
None.
No, I have none. Nope. I just saw horses.
Oh, okay, right.
Mission.
Yeah.
I should have a good horse, but I'm like, I guess as a nobleman, I assume I've ridden a horse a little bit, but it was not something
Yeah. Okay.
really developed. So no.
So, Pietro, you're helped up onto the horse. You're now you're looking down at everyone. Bill.
Yeah.
The guy says, "So yeah, where do you think you're going? These horses aren't just for any old Tom, Dick, and Harry, you know."
Do I hear this? My issue.
You're still having your conversation. You're struggling to get back in. You're struggling to get into the saddle,
Right.
and try not to look as though you don't know what you're doing. That kind of thing.
About how old is this guy?
He's in his late 40s. Bristled.
So he's about my age. I mean, a little bit older, but not much.
Yeah.
Probably look the same age. Yeah, look, kind of slowly around. Does it look like, how many captains does it seem there are?
There's only 1 white captain, but there does seem to be quite a few ranked officers, like sergeants, lieutenants, that sort of thing.
NCOs.
People who are like busying around. Yeah, they're the ones organizing people.
Yeah, he kind of has his hand on the horse, and there's sort of a maybe not a flash, but a moment where he's about to protest, as this guy says, Tom, Dick, and Harry, like any normal Tom, Dick, and Harry, as he kind of like arcs it, Florentine eyebrow, looking at him, adopts the 3 Musketeers pose for a second, like with the saber out. But as he looks around and sees the sergeants and then the military, the wheels are kind of moving in his head as he doesn't say it, but it's the remembrance that this is a military operation. As he kind of, nods, yeah, fair enough, and he'll walk away.
Okay, and so if I see him walk away, then I will not take a horse, because I will, I don't need to be on a horse next to my people. And if the man of the cloth doesn't take it, you don't look like a priest, do you?
So he looks like when you know that he was a priest, you see it. Like he's got the demeanor of one, and his garb is subdued, like quite a bit. Like the collars, just so the way he wears his whatnot. I don't know any of this. I'm just making it up. It looks like a priest who's not wearing priest clothes, right? Like there's still. It's kind of like when you see a military person, and you're like, oh, they were in the military. It's that level.
Right on. If I see him just walk away from it, then I will just kind of divert a little bit and kind of like talk to Pietro's horse a little bit, do the thing, and because the aristocrat on a horse versus the combat guy, the guy who looks like he can handle himself is not. I'm not going to take it. My pride will not let me take a horse instead.
Yeah. Pietro, you can see all of this. You're now on the saddle. You can see your fellow noble walking away, and what Nico's
I'm gonna talk to the groomsman who gave me my horse, and I say, "Excuse me. So what was his name? Sorry, what are the names again? Oh, no.
Bill is Matteo Galina.
Matteo, yes. Matteo is with me. He's riding with me on this mission. We've been given special duties, so we will need to ride together.
He nods, hurries over to the guy who's just about finished saddling up the horse that Matteo's walking away from. There is a brief conversation. Matteo, you hear a familiar voice. Hey, you! Horse is yours.
He kind of turns around.
You can see him leading the horse towards you by the reins.
Okay.
As he gets there and holy shit, he gets there and Matteo will kind of look at him. What's changed?
He just looks towards Pietro, who's on a horse.
I think we can help each other out here, and you help me with the sparring. I can help you here, and I'm sure as days ahead become dangerous, it might be useful to have a friend.
He kind of like regards you for a moment, like looking you up and down. It's not a castigating thing. He's just looking at you, maybe kind of for the first time. As he'll look over at Piccolo. Piccolo! As he will need the one as well.
I'll see what I can do. And so I'll have to go back to the groomsmen again and say, we need one more. It's special orders.
Come on. Come on, there's only so many horses. Right? Who is the third one?
It's Niccolo. It's Niccolo here. We have a special mission, and here's our armed guard to keep an eye, because we are in particular danger on this mission, and he's been assigned by the White Guards.
My guy's just looking up at him, like...
Right. Special mission, you say? Can I have an interaction? Guile, deceive, please.
Yeah, I wanna aid on this as I can.
So I have interaction. I have 3, so that's 6, and then guile I have 3, and deceive 1. So I roll 6 dice.
Plus,
right?
Yep. Keep 3. Add +5 to the tally.
Okay.
Bill, what are you doing to assist?
So how many of the dice do I keep? Hang on.
You'd keep your guile, so I think you've got guile of 3. So you roll 6, keep 3.
Keep 3. Okay, and then I add 5. Okay, so this is a more normal roll.
Did you not roll any 10s?
13, no. 8, 17, so it's 22.
Okay. Bill, how are you assisting? Anything that what you saying?
I don't know how Ken does this. This is so hard to do at the same time. Right. Yeah. So I'm standing there. Pull up my dick. No, I'm standing there. Looking like a noble. Regarding what Pietro is doing with this face. It's like the Robert Redford face. You know what, Jeremiah Johnson, like a. Right on.
All right. What's your character's composure?
And being a noble and very cool as a cucumber, so composure makes sense. He's got 2 in composure. So dice pool of 4. He has guile in his guile. He's got savvy at 2. So if it's kind of like
savvy, savvy is the defense. That's what you use against people who are trying to
guile you.
Smart, yeah.
All right.
So it'd either be deceive or persuade, but it would be composure.
No, it's just composure.
Guile.
It's just composure.
The choice.
All right. Okay. So I just roll a die. I don't get anything. Okay.
Well then. No, how many dice have you got in composure?
2.
You say you had 2 in composure, so you got 2 dice.
Yeah, but I don't get any 10s, and I don't have any skills.
Oh, you don't have guile at all?
I have 2 in guile, but I don't have any of the skills in it.
No, that's fine.
Oh, do those just add or something?
Your stats.
They just add. So 10.
I'll do a recap of this system.
I got a 10. I got a 10. I understand.
Right. Okay. But as a recap.
Okay.
So say if you had 2 ranks in composure, that would give you a dice pool of 4. So you'd roll 4 dice.
Yep.
Keep a number of dice equal to your skill. So you roll 4 dice and keep 2 of them. And then if you had any expertises, you would add that expertise to it.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so if this is going south, I'm lean down to the groomsman and I put in my equipment that I keep a pouch with small coins in it, and I'm going to show him a couple of small coins. Like, he would be pretty low paid, a groomsman there.
What's Nicolo doing? What's Nicolo's reaction to on a special mission? How does he react to that? What's his composure?
My composure is 2. I was going to be charming, and just like strike a pose. Like, of course I'm here. Of course I'm to guard people.
Okay, cool. Are you simply? You can use presence or interaction. Interactions if you're talking, or presence could be just like just pure body language, and then use your influence and your charm. Yeah, cool.
So I have a presence. I have 2 ranks in presence, which gives me that pool 4. That's pretty low. I have 3 influence though, so we get rid of that 3. We keep that at 3.
What we're looking for is just as long as you get at least 1 success. Or 1, yeah. As long as you get 10 or more.
Okay, well, my
it goes up in 10s.
Gives me a plus 10, so I got a 21.
Oh, right, okay. 21, brilliant, okay. You're just about to take out the money as your backup plan, Pietro, when next to you on the ground, like, the two of them, like, almost perfect improvisation between the two of them. And the groomsman kind of, like, takes a step back, mutters, special mission? Looks to the other groomman, who kind of, like, shrugs. You notice there's about 20, 30 people around you. Not all listening in. Some of them are the men that you guys have actually rallied along the way. And the groomsman says, okay, yeah, sure. And all three of you are given horses. And then the groomsmen go back. They go back to their work. And you guys start trotting on. You will notice that the men that you've rallied are all clinging to you like shadows, so they'll fall in behind you. So I can imagine the three of you on horseback at the front of this retinue of about maybe 20 to 30 people, all made up of the people, the skilled craftsmen that Nicolo gathered, plus non-skilled, and then the militia that Matteo had managed to gather, all following behind.
All right.
One of the men,
Elvita and or Lorenzo are with me too.
One of the men belonging to Matteo's group kind of like jogs forward and goes in between Matteo's horse and Pietro's horse, and in a loud, hushed voice says, were you telling the truth about a special mission? Are you guys in danger? This guy's maybe 21, 18. He is young. But he's like jogging to keep up with you. Really, were you... What's this about a secret mission?
Matteo kind of looks down at him and then looks up at Pietro. We cannot say. Do you find any wine?
Wine, yeah, sure.
We need, everyone needs to. We need to keep this quiet, but there will be great rewards for those who participate and
Matteo's
play
like,
it.
Matteo's looking at Pietro on the horse. He's like, because he apparently has no composure whatsoever. He's like, he just keeps going, man.
Matteo knows that this guy who's speaking to you a lot, his name is Gino. Do you know what? I researched these names because I don't want to call everyone Mario or Luigi. So it's really hard, so I apologise for anyone
watching. Just make
them
2 syllables, you'll be fine.
No, Genoia Petrina. He kind of goes, yeah, I'll get some wine, and he kind of turns around and hops off. And despite what Pietro's just said, he starts whispering to the next person behind, and this guy is one of Nicolo's guys. His name is Lorenzo Leone, and Lorenzo, big burly guy. Nicolo, you know that you went out looking for skilled craftsmen to perhaps make siege machines or whatever, to repair carts or repair the ships, but you did manage to get 1 or 2 men who know nothing about wood or hammer, and this guy is just joined because he wants to fight. He's given him a hammer. He might hit some nails, but he's more likely to hit someone with it. And then, as Genoia whispers something to him, Lorenzo looks over towards you, Nicolo, and then looks over to the other 2 people on horseback, and he's like, yeah! And he kind of marches really close to you 3. A little bit off to one side next to Nicolo, but all 3 of you know that this guy sticks to you 3 like a shadow. He it's almost, as the days progress, you get the impression that he is now going to act as a bodyguard for one of the 3 lieutenants of this great endeavour. It's... yeah, so Genoya comes back with 3 skins of wine. You all have some drink, and the day just turns into one long journey. I'm going to slowly fast forward because you all know that you got 2 weeks of travelling.
How,
the first week...
I wanted to ask really quick. How much XP do we have?
15 experience.
I see. Okay.
If you want to have a look, I've put in the channel the costs.
Yeah, I downloaded it. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Very cool. So, yeah, so... the first week goes by fairly uneventful. Despite being in one long caravan, there is a certain rotation where the white captain, Gian Vito, occasionally pops back to speak to Pietro, but seeing you two also on horseback, he just has a conversation with all of you. You get the impression, compared to the last white captain who you've travelled with Andrea, who treated you all like commoners and drilled you until you were sweating, bruised, and then the next day did exactly the same thing on the boat. This guy is a breeze. His authority seems to be based on the fact that he's wearing a mask, he's wearing a white cloak, and he is a white captain. He is accompanied by Gaspar Ulian, who seems to be... he doesn't impose his own authority, but you can tell that if it came down to it, it would be Gaspar who would rule, who would lead these men into combat. He just has that veteran feel about them, and if anyone speaks to him, you learn that this guy fought against the Viper in the last war. Is there anything in this week, as you're travelling along the road, you're picking up more and more soldiers, some people that you managed to muster, like, leave. There's fights, theft, trouble in the villages as you go past. There's 150 men travelling through villages. Men get bored men get up to trouble, and there is a constant struggle of keeping morale. And of the men that you've recruited, you're responsible for. But by the sounds of, from what you were saying earlier on, Nicolo's, the men that you brought with you, they would probably be making some of this trouble. Do you, when there is the occasional fist fight or drunken argument or unwanted liaisons with women as they're going along the way as like potential war heroes, do you put a stop to any sort of frivolous behaviour, or do you kind of let it slide and then just get them to move on? How do you deal with, or Pietro, you don't have any men, but Bill and Sketch, you two have men. How do you guys deal with trouble amongst your militia? Niccolo.
I put myself down with a conscience of 1. Just the base one.
Yep. Okay.
So, what my friends get into, I back them up on. The guys underneath me, I'll pretty much just go, is it obvious that this thing happened? Okay, well then, disciplinary, If not, then it's kind of like, come on, get out of town.
Right. Okay. There is, like, on the 3rd or 4th night, then, your men start arguments, fists starts swinging, and it gets to the point where Gianvito actually has to speak to you directly and say, right, you need to reel your men in. We need discipline. Anyone who can't keep the line, anyone who can't keep themselves out of trouble, don't belong in this army. Keep your men in line. And then he just lets you deal with the punishments. It's like one of your friends caused a fight with I'll pick up one of the NPCs. He started a fight with a man by the name of Marco Fontana. This Marco Fontana belongs to it doesn't belong to any of your militia, but he is from Venice. But he's from one of the lagoon communities. So Venice is like 3 islands connected by bridges, 4 islands in a lagoon. The rest of the lagoon, a lot of it's swamps, but there are little islands with pockets of communities. They wouldn't call themselves Venetian, but everyone else would. They're kind of like, for want of a better term, they're like the rednecks. The city folk of Venice would consider these guys rednecks, whilst these people would consider people from Venice to be la-di-da, haven't worked a day in their life. There's that sort of relationship. And your men, finding out that he's from the lagoon community, they start this fight. No one is killed, there's bruises, there's a black eye, but it's your men caused it. And a lot of people look to you, Nicolo, as to how do you punish them? Because as far as they're concerned, they're looking at you and say, hey, we're all friends. You know, he deserved it.
Alvisa, told you, we are all fighting together. We are not fighting each other. God, I can't say no. Get out of here. Go back.
Are you?
It depends on whether or not Alvisa gets pissed about being castigated in front. Like, it will. Yeah. They go quiet, go a bit sullen, and with the threat of being like, yeah, just go. They say, all right, okay, and then that keeps them in line for the rest of the journey. I don't want to hear about any of you fighting with each other anymore. We are save it for the battlefield. And then I will.
Okay.
I will later, like that night, something like that. I'll go to his tent. Be like, Alvisa, you have to show who you are. Here we are representing ourselves.
Yeah.
Word will travel back to the lagoons to tell them that I understand. I understand where you're coming from. I don't even know what he said, but you probably could hardly understand him.
Yeah, okay.
With his provincial draw. But I need you. I need you to be here with us. No.
Yeah. All right, okay. Just keep me away from him. He's trouble. There's something wrong about him. But you know, they live on sticks. Okay. In character, a lot of the communities in the lagoon, because they live in a swamp, their houses are actually built on stilts. Hence, when they say they live in sticks, they live in sticks. Matteo, your men aren't as rowdy, but there is just people start gambling. in your group. And when people start losing, things start kicking off. You're actually invited to some of the gambling. Do you join the gambling or do you keep a distance?
You talking about me?
Yeah,
God
yeah.
damn
Sorry.
you. Really? Motherfucker. I'm like, hey man, here's some shit. Ah! Ah.
Sorry. So there isn't.
I heard what you said
with your
to
group.
Niccolo. Right, and so you're saying that there's a bunch of gambling going on. So he dealt with his, and
In your group, yeah.
and I'm dealing with gambling. Okay, I need to know something first before we move, because
Sure.
I wanted to spend some XP just so that I have a die in some shit that I want to be able to do. I don't quite understand an element. So, talking about skills, you got your rank, and that's how many dice you keep, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Right. So, in looking at the deal, it says expertise is rank. Skills, rank times 2. Okay. So, am I looking, if I wanted to, for example, purchase a rank in empathy, that would be, I've got 3, so that would be 4 XP.
Hold on.
Is that right?
So it would be 8. So empathy is a skill. You go from, if you want to go from 3 to
Okay.
4,
Okay.
it's 2 times 4.
Okay, cool. All right, so that would be the rank of skill. Now, if I wanted to buy
Yeah.
a rank of emotion, that would be considered an expertise.
Yep.
Right. So I have none in
And it's-
emotion, so I'd be 1.
Yep. One
Right.
experience
Awesome.
to get emotion.
Now, one last question about it. My empathy is
Okay.
rank 3. Can I go to rank 4 in an emotion? And say something
Yes.
because okay, so I can
Yeah.
actually exceed my skill rank with my expertise.
Correct.
Correct? Okay, cool. So I can't
Yep.
see you
Yeah.
when I'm doing that. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. No,
excellent. In that case, we'll see what I do. So I find out that they're gambling.
yeah, and you're invited.
Who's gambling? Oh, I'll say who is inviting me, and 2, yeah, who's talking to me?
Yeah. There's a mostly a group. The core of the gamblers. So there's like 10 people. About 7 of them are from your group.
Okay.
You have one member, Mattia Rossi, who's recruited by Luigi, who was Ken's side character. One of them snuck in from Nicolo's group. His name's Riccardo Colombo. He's a skilled craftsman, but I did my best to avoid the stereotypical names. So Riccardo Colombo, he's in there as well. You also have a fellow nobleman who's in the group,
Okay.
and his name is Leo Giustiani. He was a nobleman initially recruited by Marco, who volunteered to travel with you guys. So he's kind of like flitting from group to group. He's a member of the fencing school, so you have met him once or twice, Matteo. But he's in there. He seems to be... he's losing a lot of money by the time you're informed of the gambling den.
Okay.
But a lot of people are losing money, and fights and distrust, resentment is building up in your group.
How are they gambling?
Do you join? Dice.
Oh, they're just playing dice.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
They're a bit
However, they're my
they're a bit
men though.
shocked when you.
They're my men.
7 of them. 7 of them are your men.
Oh yeah, I go to the gambling, and I walk up. What's the situation?
Someone's just lost a lot of money. it looked as though there was a fight about to start. Like, oh, you're cheating, blah blah blah, and then everyone kind of stops when you enter the tent, and then they all look at you.
Yeah,
And the guy who's brought you there, kind of, they're just waiting.
What's going on?
Just a couple of friendly games of dice.
Does not look so friendly. I'm like looking around.
No,
at the
it's
state.
fine. It's yeah. There's a lot of back clapping and like handshaking. No, it's all fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. The guy who was just about to swing, he kind of scours at the people he was accusing of cheating, and then pushes past you and heads out.
I stop him.
And then
I put my hand up.
what? He stops. He's not.
I heard something about
Resisting?
cheating.
Oh no, you know what it's like. You know what it's like. You lose. You get a bad streak. You lose your nerve.
Yeah, I do know what it's like.
It's all luck.
I do know what it's like. And he'll kind of, he doesn't shove the guy. He just kind of eases him back in the room because we're all going to talk.
Okay. Your men and the others are looking at you. They're finding it hard to read you because they're so used to you being like, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But now they're seeing a different side. Some of them kind of like pulling their money together and like hiding it. Some people are putting the dice in their pocket. They're all...
Now gambling is not illegal, right?
No, it's fine.
As Matteo will stand, and he just I imagine that they're all sitting, or like some of them are standing. Are we like near a tent, near a campfire, like in a wagon, like in a dell? Where are we?
You're off the roadside. Yeah. You're in a tent, and they're all like sat cross-legged.
All right.
Around.
So can he stand up, or does he have to be seated?
Oh yeah, everyone can. They can stand up. Okay. Some of them are slowly rising.
Okay. So Matteo's standing, looking over at him, as he kind of squats down. Don't stop gambling on my account. As he like looks at the dice and the money.
Well, one of them says, "Oh no, I'm good for the night. I'm good for the night. I'll see you tomorrow then. Yeah, sure." And then he.
One moment. Please. I know how this ends. I have seen many gambling halls. And as you all know, as he pulls out his sword, it's one way I got good with this. So he kind of like clacks it against its back. I don't mind you all gambling, but I do know what it causes, resentment. And when we are going to battle, you do not need resentment. So, who cheated? He just sort of looks around the room.
Can I have a attention, empathy, either weakness or emotion?
Okay.
Yeah. Or intention, actually. It depends on what you're specifically looking for.
What I'm looking for is them to tell the truth.
Okay. So you're kind of looking for the most guilty person, then, really. Yeah. Okay.
So none of them actually come forward. Because remember, the guys that I hired or collected.
Yeah.
If they're liars, if they're dishonorable, I have nothing to do with them. So that's actually what I'm looking for. Who's a liar? Who's a coward? If they're all unwilling to like actually fess up, I will leave them to their own devices and I'm done. Like, this is a test on them.
Yeah. Oh, okay. that's the case, can I have either presence or composure,
I'm so good at both.
influence or authority?
Let's see.
And I'll give you +5 for that roll.
Okay. Give me just a second.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, you say authority and sorry, this is taking me like a second. Cause you know.
Sorry.
You guys can't hear the music, but it's cool. All right, so we'll say presence because
Yep.
you know, it's the same as my other one.
Yeah.
And I'll use
Okay.
I'll use authority.
So it's influence, authority,
yeah. So I've got
and add +5
okay. All right.
for the role play.
So I've got 3 dice to roll, and my influence is rank 3, so I keep 3 of them, right?
Yeah. And do you have anything in authority?
Yes, I've got 2 in authority, so should be +10, so +15 total, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
12 and 5 is 17 plus 15. What is that? 32? Is that right?
Wow. Okay. You notice immediately, like 4 of the men of your group all look towards one man. And then this one man now has 5 sets of eyes looking at him.
Is he with me,
And
or is he
he
with another
kind
group?
He's one of your men. He kind of says, he takes out of his back pocket an extra pair of dice.
As Mateo kind of puts his sword away. So, now we know who has the best poker face. As he kind of strikes a smile. You all remember this. Don't cheat each other. Cheat the enemy. As for how you deal with this, resolve it yourselves. As he stands up. Money can be made. Money can be lost, boys. It's not worth your lives.
One of your 4 men, one of the 7 men, reaches forward, grabs the crooked dice from the culprit, and then hands them to you. And then every single person here is now standing almost at attention.
Mm-hmm.
And they're looking directly at you.
He'll kind of...
dice are given to you.
He takes the dice. He says, there is a time and place for this. As he'll toss them back. Even God doesn't tell us everything all the time.
As soon as you mention the G word, they all kind of like nod, like 1 or 2 kind of sign of the cross.
He does the thing. He takes the white skin and passes it around.
Yeah. So they all wait for you to leave.
Yeah, I leave.
And then as you leave, the guy who was gonna leave heads out with you, and he shakes you by the hand, like nod of respect, and he heads off, and you leave the other 9 people in there, and they get back to it.
Cool.
Okay. The next day. You've been traveling for about a week now. You are. So, we've all having breakfast, horses being saddled, carts are being packed, everyone's putting all their stuff away. Every night, there's always 1 or 2 men that vanish. They're either not cut out for it, they were thieves or whatever. But Mateo, what you notice this morning is Genoya Petrina, the really young guy, the one who's like, oh yeah, secret mission, yeah, secret safe with me, he's gone.
He leaves.
Mhm.
And this is Genoya.
Cool.
Say who he is again.
Genoya Petrina, he was one of your recruits, and he was the one who, when he'd overheard Pietro talking about the secret mission and you guys getting the horses, he'd rushed over. Is it true? Secret mission?
And he's gone.
It's him. And he got you the wineskins. He's been hanging around you three, trying to impress the three of you, like, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And this morning, he's not there.
I'll ask around. And I'll actually ask
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Pietro and Niccolo as well. If, like, have you seen that young man with the who keeps on hanging around us?
That's today.
No, not this morning. Or do we know where he was sleeping? Do we know? Do we know his spot? Or the camp's already packed up? Is it for the?
It's 150 people. It takes about an hour and a half for everyone to get ready. So some are packed up, some are already heading off, others are currently freshening up, having something to eat, and will be packing up their tents and provisions and so forth. So it's, as I say, it takes over an hour before everyone is up on the road.
Okay, so his area where his stuff was, has that been packed up, or has it just been left, or I don't know. He probably didn't.
It hasn't been packed up.
Okay, can I have a look through it, see if there's anything of note? Like look through his stuff.
Yeah, sure. Are the rest of yous going?
I'm there. I'll let him look through it, but I'm there. I'm
Sure.
keeping an eye out around to see if I can see him, like if he just hasn't come yet, or if it's, I'd also like to kind of size up anybody who's around where he was sleeping. Like, is everybody else who was in his tent gone, or?
Sure. Pietro, what you notice is that his bag is there. Well, there's a bag there. There's a rolled up sleeping mat. So it's been rolled up. Everyone else in the tent, or outside the tent, or in the area, they're all packing up. One of them heads over to you, Niccolo. He's one of your men. It's Lorenzo. He says, well, when he notices that Pietro's investigating Genoa's place, he says, he headed off last night. I don't think he came back. He didn't sleep here. I know that much.
He didn't sleep here.
Strange that he left his bag if he was going to, desert the mission.
He was a bit of an odd one.
Who are we talking to?
Bit of an odd one. This is the big bodyguard who's been with you for quite a while. His name is Lorenzo Leone.
I want to see if, what kind of read do I get off of him? Is he lying? Is he hiding something? Because it seems like he's hiding something.
Did you say you had? Yeah.
I've got empathy.
What have you got in intention? Underneath empathy, you got 1, so you got +5. Okay. Like in the system, if you got like quite a high expertise, you can just forego a dice roll and just go, right, I'll take 10, which would give you like 1 success. So if you got 20, you can say, right, I'll have an outcome of 2. Can I then get a attention, empathy, intention from you.
Actually, what
Matteo.
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn to Pietro, and just kind of whisper to him, "What do you think?" Because it's obvious that Pietro is very canny. Like the horse thing was magic. He's obviously lowborn, and yet he knows Machiavellian type shit. Yeah, I just look at you, Pietro, and I'm like, "What do you think? There's something off about this, no?" And I will forego my role and give it to him.
He's been. That's right. He's been hanging around us. He has not gotten into trouble. He seems to be wanting to impress us. So it feels like something bad has happened. I have no idea what.
Do you think this man is lying?
Is a whisper, Matteo? So like Lorenzo can't hear you.
What's my read on the bodyguard guy on what he was saying?
Sure.
Was he telling the truth or not?
Can I get an attention, empathy, intention roll? You can add +5 for Matteo's.
So under stat, which do I use? Do I use one of those or not?
So the stat is attention, which is one of the intellect.
Okay. I've got 4, so I get 8 dice for that.
Yeah. Yeah, good hand over there.
Empathy, I only have the 1. So
okay, so you roll 8, keep 1.
Yeah. Okay.
But you get a
and add 5 to it, right?
Yeah. Do you have anything? Do you have anything in the expertise intention?
We've also got Niccolo there.
So. Yeah. Lorenzo's one of your men as well, Niccolo.
One of them was a 10, so I kicked that, right? So 15, I guess.
You can't detect. If he's lying, then he's really good. You can't. Nothing about what he's saying in your eyes would suggest that he's lying.
Okay, so who was sleeping next to him? Like, did he go to sleep? Oh, his thing was rolled up, so he didn't go to bed last night.
Yeah.
So he has been gone since last night. Then
the only way he could get away.
Who was the last one to see?
Yeah.
And are we missing any horses? If you have stolen a horse, he will be hanged. Matteo just says, matter-of-factly.
Well, that's easy.
Lorenzo turns to you, Niccolo. Should I check to see if there's any horses missing?
Stay with us here for right now. You, and I point to some nearby soldier.
Yeah.
And I say, go check the horses. Come back very fast.
Yeah, sure. He's like, right, yeah. And then he hurries off. The people there, some of them are from your group, Matteo, some of them are from your group, Niccolo. They say the last time they saw Genoa was late on. They'd been having a few drinks. There was a few conversations, like just everyone just talking about their loves, who they've left behind, what they want to do when they get the riches and they come back a hero, that sort of conversation. One of them mentions that Genoa has usually been quiet. No, Genoa has usually been quite talkative. He talks about how his family had been all killed off when they were forced to flee the land when the Viper first attacked 10 years ago. Fell on hard times, but he always contributed to any conversation, even if it was a topic that he knew nothing about. He always said something to impress. But last night, he was very quiet. He then said he was going to head off to have a wee, and then everyone else just carried on with the conversations, and they all went to sleep, and they completely forgot about him. Because someone mentioned who was the last person to see him, or about who Genoa had seen too. Pietro, can I get a memory, perception, recall roll?
Okay, so memory, I've got 3, so that's 6 dice.
Yeah, 6 dice.
Memory,
perception is under.
Sorry, where's perception?
Perception is underneath empathy. Yeah,
I see. Recall. Okay, so that's just, I've just got the base of 1. Okay.
right. So roll 6, keep 1.
What's my highest? I got a 10.
All right. You spend a lot of the time with Gianvito and Gasper Ulium, because they're effectively leading the men. Because you're always consulted, like, how much money have we got? We've got this town, what should we get from this town? Blah, blah, blah. Get more people, what provisions do we need, equipment, blah, blah, blah. So you spend about 3 or 4 hours each day with them.
Okay.
You vaguely remember one day, it was either yesterday or 2 days ago, where you saw Genoa hovering around your group. So at first you thought maybe he was just hanging around you, because obviously secret mission, he's always hanging around. He wants to know if he can get involved in the secret mission. You mentioned something about payment.
Mm-hmm.
But then now that you're remembering that scene, you're thinking maybe he wasn't there for you, but you never spoke to him. You just walked off.
So he could be
you never looked back.
What?
You're not sure. You remember it, but you don't remember all of it.
Yeah. He was really concerned about, as in, well, you haven't told anybody, so never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. So, I'll let you guys chat in character. Then once you've had that conversation, let me know that when you guys are ready to head off. Because as you guys are talking, you can hear the rest of the camp slowly being wrapped up, and everyone is moving, beginning to head off.
Was there anyone that I'm hopeless on the names? The guy who went missing seemed to be friendly with, like that he chatted to more than others, or that he seemed to hang out with a lot, or anything like that?
He did seem to. He was a little bit pally for a brief time with the scout captain, the Santoro Murgia, but.
Okay, but not especially. So.
Not especially. And the only other person that he seemed to have any sort of talking with is Lorenzo Leone, who was right there with you, who was the bodyguard kind of guy, who was standing next to Niccolo. Everyone else, he chatted with everyone, but never really. He was kind of like that young, plucky, annoying kind of character.
Where was he from again? The guy who went missing? Where was he?
You can't.
It's Genoa, right?
Yeah, Genoa. According to Lorenzo, he names a village that you've passed through. But then, if you talk to other people, they all mention another village.
So each one gives us a different village that he's from?
Yes. Each memory or recall of his background story is ever so slightly different for every single person that you manage to find to speak to them about. As I say, camp's beginning to wrap up. You're all starting to head off when.
Really quick, I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you say
Okay.
anything about
No, go
this,
ahead.
Pietro? Or do you keep it all to yourself? Because you're the person who like actually
Yeah.
figures something out. So if you
Yes.
don't, it's
Yeah.
fine. But
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would probably take both of you into confidence because we have a little team, and just say, I'm not sure, but I am a little concerned about this guy.
in what way?
It could be that he was some sort of spy, and he's taken information about this party. I don't know. I don't have any hard evidence. I'm just putting together little pieces of what we have.
I'll look over at Niccolo. He couldn't have gotten far unless he stole a horse. Have we heard back from your men?
Not back yet.
On cue, he comes back. Oh,
Okay. No,
sorry.
take any of his gear with him, because does not matter. You're going to need water, food, and
Not unless he's not going far. Does the horse guy come back?
Yes, he comes back and says, all the horses are accounted for.
If he is not going far, perhaps if we're being tailed, we
Yeah.
need to find out
So-
where he is.
How close are we to? Are we close to a village or town? Are we like super close, or are we a long way off from anything?
I mean, there's always little hamlets dotted around, but when it comes to like a major village or a minor town, you're about half a day's travel away from
Okay.
the one that you visited yesterday. And you know, Pietro, because you've got like a map or you've got like an idea in your head of how long it's going to take. You're about 6 hours away from the next major village
By
along
foot
the
or
river.
by horse?
I
Foot.
put a horse.
So he's
Foot.
so he could easily. Well, it's dark though, or it was dark, so he'd have to travel, without any light.
Are we? So sorry. Did you put a map somewhere or not? I don't know.
Yeah, but it's a map for the whole area. But if it's not zoomed in.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
He did not. It does not mean he did not have a horse. If there was a horse waiting for him, if he went on ahead last night, if he did not sleep here, then he is 8-10 hours ahead of us.
Yes, but we have horses.
We could send scouts out, right? So is there like we are on a road, or are we just going overland through a forest? What's happening?
So imagine the roads. It's like a major road for this sort of area. So there's like
It's an old road.
gravel and gridded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So you're camped between the riverbank and the road itself.
This river, does it?
Oh,
Go on.
go ahead.
This
No,
river, is it like an active river with like boats and trade and fishermen going
Yep.
on? So you see things pass. So he could have rendezvoused with a boat, like a little,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. This is a major river. This is the river that the rest of the army is traveling on 3 large boats on. So it's a commercial river.
Oh, they're going.
Think of it
That's
like
where that's where the ships are
Yeah.
going. Actually, going through the river. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Out of character, do any of you three have anything in survival?
No, I don't.
Like forage or hunt? If you don't, that's fine. I just need to know.
I have 2
No.
ranks in survival, but I don't have any skills in it other than evasion.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. Right. No, that's great. Everyone else now, you're kind of like, as you're discussing and mulling over the discovery, you realise that you're like on the tail end of the army. Your horses are brought to you, and your stuff have been packed for you, that sort of thing. Getting your horses
Who's
as
the
you're
leader?
trotting down the road.
Go on. Because
I'm
gonna tell the leader, obviously. Look, we won't keep this quiet.
Sure. Right.
Yeah.
You have to like. Do all 3 of you go, or just Matteo?
Oh, I bring both of them. I'm not gonna go talk. That's not what's happening.
Okay.
I'll look over and look at Pietro and say, you need to be the mouthpiece for this. We're going to talk to the leader of this army. And he looks at Nicolo. You're coming, yes?
Yes. Well, I have heard.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay, so you guys get on your horses, and if you want to get there quickly, you're gonna have to gallop. Who has ride? If you have at least one rank in ride, yeah, you're fine. This is okay for you, Nicolo. Matteo, have you got any ranks in ride?
No. I got nothing in ride.
Can I have a control roll, and hopefully you get 10s. You're not going to fall off. This is going to limit how fast you're comfortable riding.
I got a 9, a 1, and a 1, baby. Nothing.
So control. I've only got the base
Pretty
1,
sure
so
I
I
just
just roll
fumbled.
1 dice. Is that right?
Right. Matteo, you didn't botch. You came close. If that 9 was a 5, you would have botched. You can't manage a gallop. You're trotting. It's a canter for you.
Yep.
If you have 1 in control, you've got a dice pool of 2 for control, so you'd roll 2 dice. And if you don't have anything in ride, get 1s and do not botch.
I got a 3 and a 4.
Just go
So,
straight up
4.
Christopher Reeves. Ah! Too soon? Too soon?
But
It's too
I
soon.
have the best horse in the whole. I get a plus something for that, for having the best horse.
Okay.
It's true. It's
It's
true. I've ridden a couple horses in my time, despite being from Kentucky. I don't know how to ride a horse. If you have a good horse, you're not going to gallop, but they're not going to break your neck.
Yeah. You, Pietro, you can't gallop. You can canter a little bit faster than
We're like, we must tell the leaders.
Matteo.
Just casually walking. Boy, lead our horses to the leaders. That's like this little kid without shoes is leading both of us up the fucking hill.
As you're making your way up towards the front of the cohort, as you're approaching,
Epically.
you notice that Gian Vito and Gasper Ulian are already talking with 2 or 3 people. Pietro, you know that these 2 or 3 people are usually sent out to forage and hunt. Whatever they're talking about, it's being discussed in hushed whispers, and it seems quite grave what they're talking about. When Gasper Ulian notices you 3 approaching as fast as you can
I get there
trot,
way faster.
he kind of
get the
Oh, yeah, I mean, okay.
I actually a rank and race. So.
Are you willing to leave those two behind?
They do. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
This is
When you get there, then, you speak to Ulian and Gian.
I probably news.
Okay. Just as you're explaining.
For him to say.
All right. Sketch, your feed seems to break up, so I can't tell if you've stopped talking or not. So apologies for interrupting. When you're there, what exactly do you tell them?
I'll run right up to them, and then I'll hop off the horse at a respectable distance. Like, this is information. My lords, I have trouble, and I'll see what they do. You know, if they want to wait to me, or if they all get me, and then I'll go.
Sure.
Based on that,
you get there before the hunter-gatherers and the foragers turn up. So it's just you and the White Captain and the Lord Ulian. Nicola, are you okay? What's happened?
My lord, we've done some speaking with the men, and one of the men that I recruited in City Lane seems to have been giving different information to everyone he talks to, and he is not here today. He left all of his things. We think he may be some sort of he did not sleep here last night.
Both men look at each other, concerned. They agree with your possible conclusion, but they said, before we know anything, do not tell anyone of your concerns. It's at this point.
Lord, what are your names? I got the thing up. Matteo, also they were this investigation.
Okay.
Messer.
As that conversation's ending, the three men arrive and they hurry over. It looks like they've ran from wherever they've came from, non-stop, and they're panting, and they take a bit of time to catch their breath. And when they do speak, they say, "We've found a body. Someone's had their face caved in." And, like, one of the men is like ashen with the memory of the horror of what they've seen.
Do you know this man?
They then explain.
Do you know this man?
The guy has no face left. It's awful. They explain that they go out every morning. They collect berries, food. They collect traps that they lay in advance. And then when they were doing that, they noticed that they saw something in the water. And then when they moved over the ridge of the riverbed, or the bank, they could see that there was a figure, their legs in the water, upper torso out of the water. Went over, we had a look, the guy was on his back. We know it's a man, but his face, he looks like he'd been killed by a quick smash to the face with maybe a rock or a mace or something, and he's dead. That takes about 5-10 minutes.
Gaspar, Julian, I say, or whoever the main leader is, to say, "Oh, if you're person, sir, I will check this out, see if it is the same person."
Sure. If you wish, yeah, we can wait for your wait for your friends to come. If you want to take the lead, if you think these two events are linked, go ahead. You can take the lead on this investigation.
I will grab the guy and have him show me where it is, and I'll grab these on the way back. Assuming we have to go back down the column anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Just as you're doing that, sure enough, you hear the trot of two horses approach, and it is Pietro and Matteo. It's 10 o'clock. I'm willing to play for another hour. I'm just thinking, because Bill's not here, do people want to take a 5-minute break? And then we'll come back to it. Yep. Brilliant. Cool. I will see you in a few minutes.
Okay.
See you then.
See you.
Hey, man, we're on break. Come on.
seconds, I should say. We are totally coming back. Our sound is on. Hey, everybody. It's Geeky Gamer Podcast. We didn't talk about this before. We are playing The Legend of Venice, a little bit of a playtest. You can connect with us, obviously, if you're watching us, you know how. Twitch, Dreadlore, on YouTube, Dreadlore System, or Geeky Gamer Podcast. Patreon is patreon.com/Dreadlore. Hey, Patreon people, Tim Roberts, Daniel Holker, Nostalgic. You guys are the bomb. And also, we're going to throw down some street cred real quick. We've been listening to White Bat Audio on YouTube. Some sick dark wave synth. We've also been cycling through some all lowercase letters. You can find them both on YouTube. Give them everything you own. John?
Cool. Right, so where we'd left it was 3 of the men who hunt and forage for the company has rushed in and has told the White Captain, Gian Vito, his right-hand man, Gaspier Ulian, and Nicolo about a body that's been found on the riverbed. Nicolo's been told... He's been told if he believes the two events are linked, go ahead and investigate. And just as he was heading off with the 3 hunter-gatherers, you two arrive trotting at a fast pace towards over to you 3.
I'm like backwards on my horse. Ah!
As I ride up, I'll raise a hand to them. Get the hunter-gatherers found the body. It's maybe a man.
You sound like you're speaking Italian. I can't understand you at all.
What can I do about that?
Turn off your router, wait 30 seconds and turn it back on.
I mean, I guess you could just turn off the camera and just do audio if it's a real problem. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll try that. Is that any better?
It's better, but you're very digital. It's probably
right.
an internet thing then. Or someone's like uploading. Are you downloading? Are you torrenting?
Nothing. I'm doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. Your roommate's torrenting. I know you guys.
Yeah, so the 300 gatherers lead you towards the riverbed. It's a little bit further on from where you were this morning. So effectively they'd gone out ahead the night before, laid traps, and then they'd rushed on ahead. And as you guys have kind of like overtaken, they're taking you back towards the effectively where you were camped. This scene when you get there, they tell you that they haven't touched anything. They kind of nudged them and rolled them over. One of the 3, the youngest, ashen-faced, as you approach the riverbed, obviously the memory of what he's seen hits him, and he kind of moves over, doubles over, and vomits. The other 2, the older 2, lead you 3 down the slope towards the riverside, and sure enough, there is a man lying. He was obviously, as you get there, he was obviously on his front, but he's been rolled over onto his back, and when you see the person's face, you realise that he doesn't have one. I'm going to let you guys lead. You ask me any questions about the scene, and then at a certain point when you've asked enough questions or come up with ideas, I'll ask you all to make certain rolls, all based on how you role play. But go ahead.
Okay, so can I tell if his clothes and or hair look like the same as what the guy who went missing are?
His clothes are sodden, but sure enough, you reckon that these clothes could have belonged to Genoya's. As far as the hair, it's a good question. Can I, because you're looking specifically at the hair, can I, from you, can I have a attention, investigation plus search roll from you?
Okay, so that's pretty good for me because I have attention of 4, so I get 8 dice.
Yeah.
And then what was it? Investigate.
Yeah.
And then investigate. I've got 3, so I keep 6 of them.
Bloody hell.
I don't have anything specifically in search.
Yeah. So you roll 8, keep 3.
Okay. So I've got. And I'm a bit confused on this. So I've got 110. So do I keep? Does that mean I keep 4? Others?
You always keep 10s are kept automatically. You then keep 3 others. So yes, you're including that 10. You'll be
3 others. So I've got that, and I've got a 9 and 2 8s. So what is that? 18, 26 plus 9. 35.
Okay, right, brilliant. There's a minus 15 on this roll, so that leaves you with 20. So that's 2. That's an outcome of 2. So that's a complete success. Hair color is the same as Genoya's.
Mm-hmm.
The clothing, I mean, everyone's pretty much wearing the same sort of clothes. You're all from the same area, fairly poor. But yeah, you reckon it could be Genoya's clothing, and
other things like the body shape and these heights, the kind of all of that. Is that all would also be likely to be the same?
Yeah, you're pretty sure.
Okay.
What this takes you about 10-15 minutes because you're pouring over all of this. Nicolo, Matteo, what are you two doing?
Nicolo, you want to go first? Sketch, you there?
Yeah, it's gone muted or not here.
What are you doing, Matteo?
Okay. As I see Pietro investigating, the hair and the face and such, I'll have like the kerchief, over the nose situation, standing back, looking. How does it look like he was killed?
Again, can I have a tension investigation plus search, please? I'm going to give you plus 5.
Yeah, if it's something with swords, I feel like I would know it.
Yeah.
Like if his throat's cut.
Yeah.
What could it be? Okay, see, attention, what?
Attention, investigation, plus search.
Okay, and
with an additional plus 5.
Investigation, of course, I have nothing. Great, so I have plus 5 on nothing. So, with my 4 dice, we will see. No 10s.
Okay.
Nothing.
Are either of you moving the body? Or are you just kind of like keeping the crime scene untouched? You're not moving.
I mean, yeah, I guess not yet. After I've investigated, then I'll be looking around the scene to see if I can see, footprints or disturbances or anything that's been dropped or anything like that in the nearby area.
Okay. what you notice is that there is nothing else here. Half of his body is in the water. His upper half, so his legs are in the water and amongst the reeds, and then his abdomen and upper torso are on the riverbed, at the riverbank.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask one of... So who else is here apart from us three?
There's the 3 hunter-gatherers. One guy's at the top of the riverbank being sick or just sitting down. He won't go anywhere near the crime scene. The other 2 guys are just kind of like standing around watching you guys.
Okay, I'm going to ask,
do your thing.
Excuse me, let's pull him fully out of the river. You know, we need to, we're going to need to do something with this, with his body, and, you know, we can't leave him there.
Yeah, no problem. Matteo, do you have anything in... Do you have anything in perception?
Let me look.
Because you can if you want.
I do. Well,
make an attention.
Go on.
Instead of doing the investigation, because you don't have any investigation, alternative is you can roll attention, perception plus surveillance.
Okay. I have no surveillance. However, I do have perception.
You still get the +5.
Okay. My perception is actually higher than my attention, so I still roll the 2 dice for attention. My perception's 3.
Is your attention only one? Have you only got 1 rank in attention?
Correct.
All right. Okay.
So I have 2 ranks total in attention.
Right. When you've got dice, you've got 4 dice pool. If you got 2 diamonds,
you're right. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong
thanks
one.
for attention.
I'm looking at the wrong
it's
one.
doubled.
Okay, I see. So keep 3 of these great dice. Man, I really don't roll like Ken. So
It's
12
insane.
and 5, 17.
17 plus the 5. Is that right?
No, that's total. 17.
Okay. There's no blood here. You've been at plenty of crimes. You've been at plenty of fights, but there's no blood in the mud.
Seems like his body was moved.
One of the hunter-gatherers kind of like nods and says, "Yeah, we kind of." Then he looks up yonder, upstream, and says, "We were thinking maybe he might have drifted down, but I don't know how far."
Someone took his face. How did they remove it? He'll look at Pietro.
It's been caved in with a rock.
Okay. Yeah. I guess caved in with the rock, so...
Or a mace.
Right. And then, okay, so the theory is that it then washed down the river and just sort of washed it to the side here. Like it, so it was mostly in the water, was it? Sorry. So
his legs were in the water.
Yeah.
And obviously the water line kind of fluctuates as the river is moving. But think of it as in all his legs were in the water and then chest, arms and head on the river bank. But there's no blood. And whatever, if he was killed by the blow to the face, Matteo, you know for a fact that you've seen what can be done with a mace, and he's been hit numerous times in the face. by something blunt and flat.
His clothing, does he have any insignia? Does he have anything that relates him to our army?
You guys, did you ask any of your militia? Because Genoya was one of your militia. Did you ask people to sew anything onto their clothes to make it a uniform?
I didn't. Sketch, are you there?
Then no.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep, we can hear you.
All right, great.
Okay, well,
I'll let you two give Nicolo a recap of what you've found. If Sketch, you didn't hear any of that.
The guy's face is caved in, unrecognizable by like a mace or something. Somebody went ham on his face. His body floated downstream a little ways. There's no blood around here. And he has no distinguishing marks that we can see. Check his pockets.
Yeah, you find some coins.
He was not robbed.
Yeah, not robbed. There's like one or two little trinkets, like, I don't know, little like a miniature Mary or a crucifix on a chain around his neck, that sort of thing.
Anything that identifies him as somebody that we know. Because if he's got like something like that, you know, it's something that we may have seen. Specifically, is it the guy we're thinking it is? That's what we're looking for.
No, exactly. Do any of you have any ranks in recall?
I've got memory. Is that what you're looking for, or?
Yeah, it's just like memory, perception, recall.
Well, yeah, I've got memory, but I don't have any extra in perception. So I've got 3 in memory, so I could roll 6 die.
I've got 3 in memory and 3 in perception.
You'll have at least 1 rank. Yeah, you'll have at least 1 rank. Yeah, one of you can make the roll. It's up to you. Which one?
You've got a better roll, right, Bill?
Yeah, but what do you have, Sketch?
I've got 3 in memory and 2 in perception, but I got 1 in recall. So.
Oh, so you do get the +5 then. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll it, since you actually have the skill.
All right. You said this was memory. Okay, so.
It's memory, perception, recall. But because all 3 of you are looking over the body as it's being investigated, you can have +5 because, and this comes from Matteo, because Matteo knows Genoya more than anyone else, and you've explicitly spoken about like what he's carrying, which could identify him.
All right, that's a 26 then.
With the +5, yeah.
With the +5, yeah.
Okay, right, brilliant. Okay, yeah. This is Genoya. You reckon that it is? I mean, the necklace, the little crucifix, everyone's got one, but his was slightly different. You don't recognise the little statue of Mary, but the necklace and the crucifix, Matteo, you're pretty sure. And as you're going through the clothes, Nicolo, yeah, these are the clothes that he wore. Like he's been wearing every day. It's just that they're soaked so that they look darker. But as you're rifling through it and it's beginning to dry out, yeah, all 3 of you, so you're pretty certain that this is Genoya.
All right. Well, I believe that this is him, and now we are looking for a murderer. You think he washed up down here, or do you think the blood just washed away into the river?
No. I think we should. I think I think we should send a couple of people to go walk along the stream upstream to see if they can find the point where the body entered the water, if there's some sort of disturbance amongst the reeds or blood or whatever. At least go, a few hundred metres to see if it's close, because it probably wouldn't have been washed a long way down the river before it just got caught on the banks.
The two hunter-gatherers who are with you, they kind of nod and then they hurry on. They climb up the bank and then run along the field, and then you can see them then heading back down. They're looking for any sort of disturbance. Are you three doing the same? Are you moving further up the riverbank, or are you staying there and wait for them to report back?
I will actually look over at whoever else is here. Are there a group of people here?
No, the only other person is the younger forager who's trying not to remember the image of the man's face. So just a slight correction before is, it's either something flat that's like a rock has been used to cave in the face, or something like a mace, because some maces are kind of flat edges, but he's been hit numerous times, so it's a mess. But it could be a large rock, it could be a mace, it could be a staff, that sort of thing.
Okay, and we should also when they're looking for this spot, I guess look out for a rock or something that could have with blood on it that could have been left. I don't know what we do with that. We don't have DNA evidence or anything, but
Yeah. Okay.
I'll look at Niccolo and say, "Help me with his body," as I kind of get an arm or take his feet and try to get him off the bank up to where it's dry and a place where we would bury him. Although we're not going to bury him.
Sure.
can I just so who found the coins and the little statues?
Yeah, I have it.
Was that you? You have it? Okay.
Yeah, it was Matteo. Matteo, do you have your magical character sheet with you? Because you are an initiate. I need to know what element you have. What was your element?
Well, I opened the wrong book. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't... Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Let's see. Initiate. Earth. That's what I've got.
Okay. Right, okay. Because as an initiate, you would have this access to a spell called Detect Element, and you could use that to detect what your element is. But unfortunately, unless you can think of a way of using.
Oh, sure.
Unless you can think of a way of using detecting Earth.
Yeah, absolutely. I can.
For this crime scene.
Yeah, why not?
You can try and use that, but you need to be quite specific in how you shape the trick.
As we put, we pick up the body connected to the Earth. I'll detect where his blood is as it's soaked into the Earth.
Okay. You do that, you confirm that there's no blood here whatsoever. The other, you two, what you notice is Matteo going really quiet and he's just staring at the ground, frowning. Nothing else, not saying anything. Matteo, in your head, you can see that he drifted onto here, and that's it. There is no other indications.
I'll, as we set his body down on where it's dry, I'll walk upstream, keeping that detection up, and I'm trying to feel in the earth where violence was, where there was blood, heightened emotions, that kind of stuff, and just sort of scan up as Pietro said, a good like 200, 300 yards.
Sure, no problem. Nicolo and Pietro, you notice that Matteo then starts, almost lost in his own thoughts, starts wandering after the two hunter-gatherers. What are you two doing?
I'm setting the guy up, arms over his chest. I'll say a prayer. I guess I'll do an Our Father, and then I'll look at you, Pietro, and I'll say, "Well, let's get some men from the tail to come back and bury him, I guess."
Yeah, that's a good idea. So I guess we can send the young forager guy off to do that. And I'm just going to double check the guy's pockets to see if there's anything else left, and see if there's anything else.
Yeah, sure.
I might sort of just, I'm not going to like strip him, but just check under his shirt, see if there's any other wounds or anything of note on his body. We know the head was caved in, but did anything else happen that I can
He
see?
could have been drowned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will let you make another attention, investigation plus search roll.
Okay,
For that.
hang on. Tension, so I
I'm
get
gonna
8
give-
dice.
Yeah. And are you moving the body as well? Are you doing like a full body inspection? Like turning him onto his front and then onto his back, that sort of thing?
I guess I may as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
8
Yeah,
dice,
you get
and what
plus
were the
10.
other things? Yep, investigation.
Plus search. Plus 10.
Okay, so investigation I get 3. So I keep 3 of these dice.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have anything in search, but I get plus 10 just. Oh. I need to like take a photo of this. I just got 3 10s
Bloody hell.
and 2 9s.
Right. Okay.
I mean, I really did. It sounds like, anyway.
Yeah, no,
You and
it's
10 just rock and roll, man.
I know.
And plus, I got plus 10, so that's what, 30. I get to keep 3. I mean, it's just a ridiculous number, right? 30, 48 plus 7,
How'd he die?
53 plus 10, 63.
He's not dead. He kills
I
him.
think that
This
is
is how
enough,
it
right?
happened.
Yeah. So there's minus 15 again.
Okay.
So that was amazing. So you notice it's what you discover on his back that's more revealing. So 1, the first thing that you notice with an impressive outcome, it reveals that the man was struck at the back of his head. Do you have medicine?
No, I
Nicolo,
don't. No.
Nicola, do you have any medicine?
No.
No.
Do you
Okay.
have astrology? No. Actually, I think I do have
So,
astrology.
so he was struck on the back of his head, and then, but as you're inspecting the gash on the back of his head, which would have bled considerably, you notice that his hair's been cut.
And like cut in, like, did he have long hair and it was cut short at the back, or what?
His hair was longer before it was cut.
Yeah. Is it cut like roughly, or like, does it look like?
Yeah,
I don't know if I
like
can tell.
sharp blade. It's
Like
it's
a-
not
like
been
a-
hacked.
Right. Okay.
It's,
Okay,
you
well, I'm
reckon
gonna-
it would have taken you reckon it would have taken time? It wasn't just hacked. It was a case of they grabbed hair and then they sliced the hair down to.
I'm going to point this out and say, his hair has been cut. That's really
Why would his hair be cut? To try to make him more of a laborer? I mean, I do not understand.
Is
Maybe a
there any?
disguise?
I have one in occult. Is there any kind of like folk kind of like witchy thing that could be?
Oh, okay. Make a memory occult, and then depending on how you want to, which one would you want to go with?
Okay, so I've got memory. Okay, I've got 6. So I've got 1 occult. All I have then is 1 in mythology.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Thing, but
It would
I
be
guess-
more of a folklore, but
so I get to keep. Oh, you get to keep 1 automatically, right? So I get to keep 2 dice. Is that right?
no. Your occult is 1, so you roll.
Yeah.
You keep 1.
Okay.
And any 10s.
Okay. So if my occult was 0, I wouldn't be able to make this roll. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, I got 1 10, and I've got an 8, so 18.
18. I mean, there's always talk of hair being used to control people, but that wouldn't make any sense in this situation because you can't control someone who's been killed.
Dead.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah. While you're thinking about that, Nicolo, because you're kind of like step back and you're looking, his hair's been cut, but that looks like it's the same. It's been cut, but it's the same hair length as Genoya.
Okay, so
Genoya's
before was
That's it.
Ruh-roh.
well, I'm not understanding the same length as Genoya as the leader.
No, what he's saying is that the Genoya we know is probably not actually Genoya. Or someone is taking Genoya's place. When Genoya comes back, it's not him, something like that.
I see.
That's what I would say. But I'm not there.
Yeah, it's the same length of hair as Genoya, but it's been cut down to his hair length.
As in, like, it's not Genoya or, you know.
And I will start sharing that with PHR. I'll be like, well, it seems like if it was cut to this length. Because it's now the same length as it should be. Perhaps we are not dealing with the same man.
Well,
And how would we know?
that's possible. I have no way to. I don't know what to make of this now, because I was pretty.
I'll come back to you too.
Genoya, but now it doesn't make sense that it could be him, really.
Mateo,
Yeah, well,
you eventually catch up with one of the hunter-gatherers who, just as you've discovered, because you're still learning the minor skills that you've got as an initiate, and you're not powerful enough to being able to discern the difference between earth and blood and earth. You're not able to detect the difference, but you do notice that you kind of almost change the frequency so that you're looking for different things, and both you and this hunter-gatherer both come to the same point where there is a impact in the ground, because this is all silt, and you can make out that reeds have been broken and something has hit the ground, and it's about 200 feet, 300 feet up the river from where the body was found.
Well, look around for tracks. And I'll actually look at the guy and I'll say, look for tracks. Perhaps where a horse was. Perhaps where someone was hiding.
Okay. Can you make a attention, perception, surveillance roll?
Sure.
Or, if you had it, attention, investigation, search, but you don't, do you? So it's just perception, surveillance instead.
Investigate. Yeah, I don't have any of that. So you say attention, perception?
Perception, surveillance.
So I keep 3 dice. And I roll really well. 15.
You don't find any tracks.
No, I'm specifically asking him to do it, not me, because I know I'm not good at it.
Oh. Okay. Right. I shall make a roll then. Actually, no, not me. Nicolo, can you roll 6 dice, keep 3, and add 10?
Right. How many do I keep?
So it's roll 6, keep 3, plus 10.
All right. That's 46.
Wow. Okay. 46 goes down to 36. He wanders off, comes back, and says, "My lord, I think there was 2 sets of footprints. I'm not sure." And he guides you up the riverbank where he points out, you can't tell the difference, but he points out that there's 2 different sets of foot tracks.
Oh, yes, a hobbit lay there.
But then once you get onto the grass, there isn't any. There's just 1.
Did it seem like they were walking together?
He said it.
Can you tell where their footprints
He
go?
shrugs. 2 go down. 1 comes up. But he reckons, if you ask him that question, he reckons they weren't standing side by side. 1 followed the other.
Mateo kind of nods. And then kills. No, I'm kidding. And then we go back. So, this man, of course, was, as he's talking to you guys, this man was likely meeting someone. Came down to the river, and the someone attacked them, killed them, and left alone. Have you all found anything? Does anyone tell me that you
We
did
ain't
find something?
found shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you already know about the hair.
No,
the hair
I don't.
thing?
I was gone the whole time.
Oh,
Okay.
so his hair, we actually don't think it was the guy who went missing because his hair has been cut.
Look at his face. Okay, not his face. Look at his clothes. What do you mean?
Yeah, but his hair has been cut, and it is now the same length as that guy's, and so it doesn't really seem to make sense.
I'm gonna put my hand on the body. Now I know, John, because I was a deacon, that ashes to ashes and dust to dust. As I feel the body using earth. Adrian's like, what are you talking about? I don't get it. I'm gonna use detect juju, detect element. Was any magic used on this? Is there something
that spell won't tell you.
Hold on a second. I'm detecting.
Sorry.
Don't you tell me how your game works. I'm detecting if there are any other elements than earth. Is there anything here that there shouldn't be? Because I should be able to, test. Is this all earth? Or is there something else there? I might not be able to identify it, but I can identify something other.
No. You spend... How long do you want to keep trying?
Well, I do what I do and I fuck him in the ass. What? No.
You're there for quite a while. And you can't find anything. There is nothing hidden in the soil.
Takes like 30 minutes. I stand up. My knees crack. Well, this is...
One of the hunter-gatherers says, I guess it's time to... Do we bury him or do we take him back?
Let's bury him here.
Well, is there a... What's standard when you must on these expeditions lose men along the way? Do we just bury them where they are? I mean, we can't really carry the body around. That doesn't seem very practical.
The issue is...
If it was a noble... out of character, if it was a noble or someone of importance that their members of their families would want to bury their body in a crypt or something like that, then you would keep those bodies. But this is a nobody, so you just bury him where you find him. We
just got to bury him and move on and get out of these parts. Who knows what's going on in this backwards place.
The issue is,
did
you bring a shovel?
Well, we sent the foragers to go and bring back some men to do that.
I see. In that case,
they come back. Yeah,
dig a
they
ditch.
bury him. Blah blah blah. Dig a ditch. Right. He's buried. Do you keep looking for anything else? Yeah. Yes. Actually, yes, you do.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure there's anything else to look for. Is there any, you said that there's little settlements of people around. Is there anything kind of in a very close, have we come across, are there any houses, like little farmhouses or something that are within, I don't know.
There's one that you can see. There's one that you can see on horseback. You could probably get there in I don't know, half an hour. 15 minutes if it's Niccolo, half an hour for you two.
What time? So this was morning. We were all pulling up camp.
It's about 7 o'clock now. 7:30.
7 in the morning,
or the very latest in the morning. Yeah, you haven't really travelled that far, and you've been travelling on horseback.
Yeah. What? Do we have any news about or any sense of the timeline as to what's happening with the ships and the battle, and if anything's happened? Do we have like messengers going back and forth? Do we know the progress of the Duke? Anything like that?
The stories that come in the towns, villages that you visit to recruit, they're always getting information. It's usually about 3 or 4 days out of date because obviously how the information travels. You know that the Viper's army is approaching the river. You wouldn't expect him to cross the river for another week, 2 weeks, but you're not a military strategist, but that's what you've overheard in the conversations. As far as the timing of the boats that have gone on ahead, all you know is that you've got about another week before you reach the bluff, by which point they'll have already disembarked and be travelling on foot south towards the bluff. So they're probably actually on the mainland right now, unless there's been complications.
Well, I mean, as I see it, we have one kind of, we've got a dead body, one dead person who we're not even sure if he is from our group. We've got one person missing. I mean, I don't know how significant any of this is. We probably need to head on with our mission unless anyone has any other. Does anyone disagree or have a thought as to why we should look into this matter further?
Well, I would like to check the footprints, and that is really all I would say. I want to see if, it's not like it would take a bull of a man to break a man like this, but especially with the proper weapon. But, if one set of footprints that leaves is much larger, then we can at least know we are looking for a larger man. But I agree with you. I think we should probably move on beyond that.
So Nicolo, hunter-gatherer, who found the footprints, takes you through it again. But bearing in mind, though, that he's been up and down, and Mateo's been up and down, so the crime scene's slowly degrading, and he kind of points out that 2 sets of footprints going down, and then another set of footprints going up, but there is no way of telling whose is whose.
Right. Is one of them significantly bigger than the other, or is it just kind of like, hey, both of these are footprints and they're about the same size?
About the same size.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said, well, this is a bust, because I can't get anything else from this. All we know is that the man was murdered and made to look like another man. We must keep our wits about us, gentlemen.
Are you telling, are these thoughts that you're telling out loud in front of the 3 hunter-gatherers, or are you keeping your conclusions private? This is all 3 of you, just so I've got an idea of, do you conflab in private, or are you addressing the other 3, plus the other men that have been called back to help with the burial? So there's about 8 now, including the 3 of you.
Any talk about actual murder, I will be talking just to the 3 of us. Okay. After I've looked at the crime scene and I can't get any information, I will walk back up to them where my horse is and whatnot, and I will say it to them. Now, if any of them are super good at dropping eaves, then we've got a problem. But really, I'm just talking to them.
So I'll say this as we're talking.
Okay.
I'll say, if there is someone within our camp who is attempting to pass as Genoa, as Genoa, then it should be known. Anyone who says that they are Genoa should be sent to us Well, we need to talk to him.
Sure. Yeah.
That's
okay.
what I tell you
They're
guys.
a bit confused.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I let Pietro tell them that. Because I'm like, tell Genoa to come by. I got nothing. I don't talk.
Because he went missing. That's why we want to find out what he did when he was.
Yeah.
like,
So
why he just-
we haven't told these guys that we think it's Genoa. So the idea.
Right. No, that's fine. That's fine.
So the idea is we know Genoa's dead, and someone's masquerading as him. So whenever he comes back, we want to talk to him, and we don't let on to the ruse, right? So he thinks, oh yeah, hey, what's up? And we're like, hey, bitch.
Get him.
Yeah, and then we beat the fuck out of him. Yeah.
So just to be clear, for my character in this world, I'm not aware of magic stuff happening other than if I believe folk tales and stuff.
Right, but I'm not talking about magic.
Okay.
I'm saying, like, I literally am saying, very practically, someone, because in this world, in you know, back before the internet and shit, you could have like 3 families in 3 different cities. Just say that you're
Yes.
somebody. So he cuts his hair, adopts his clothes, and he's like, oh yeah, hey guys, I'm the nobody. You know, like it's really easy to
maybe.
do, right?
Okay.
Now,
But,
weird.
but going back to
Go on,
but, sorry, but for Pietro, your question, there's always rumours that there's witches and warlocks who can do next to anything.
But I've never seen that in my life, I assume.
No,
So I'm
you might have
probably
read a
skeptical.
book.
But
yeah.
you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. You guys then get on horseback and then head back over to the camp.
I've got to learn
to
how
the-
to do
the
this.
army.
I look over at Niccolo. You need to teach me how to do this.
The horse riding. Right. You guys catch up. You head to the front of the train. People have already told the White Captain to, and he's expecting you, so that he and Gaspar have kind of gone off to one side, waiting for you, for you to arrive. They're kind of watching you, gauging your expression as you're approaching, and they're kind of thinking, yeah, this is probably not good, and so that they kind of move off to one side so the 5 of you can have a private conversation. Gian Vito, who was the White Captain, beckons you over and then waits for your report. He doesn't look to anyone in particular for the report, just all the 3 of you.
Well, we observed the body that the foragers had found. Its face was caved in with a rock. It appears that it may have been Genoa, the man who went missing, but we're not certain of that. There were some odd things about the scene. We investigated everything. Well,
Gian Vito leans in and says, "What odd things?"
in particular, we thought it was Genio. When we investigated the body, we discovered that his hair had been cut, right? It seems like freshly cut at the back and cut to be the same length as Genoa's was. So it seems like it can't have been Genoa. And we don't have an explanation for why this would have been done or what's going on, but it's certainly peculiar. That's about all we found. There was nothing else notable.
Wait a minute.
You know, there were 2 footprints where we found where the body entered the river. There were 2 footprints heading down one left. So I assume, it seems obvious the person who went down with the river killed this man and then walked back up alone.
I'm going to, as you're stating this stuff, Matteo kind of looks up. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Why would... Let us run through this idea. If Genoa was the man killed, he would not need his hair cut. For we have seen
And
him.
if
Meaning the man that was killed was not Genoa. Genoa is trying to hide his tracks and get away, so we stopped looking for him.
and to make this man look like it is him, so we stop looking for him.
Yes. And that would give him the reason to mar the face.
Who's been killed then? Says Gianvito.
Someone who is going to be not missed. Perhaps seeing the clothes. Perhaps Genoa switched clothes with him. Maybe a farmer. Could have been anyone.
Maybe could have been another soldier who did not show up today.
Could have been a deserter. It could be anyone, which means
So we need to look.
Genoa is somewhere. We need to see
So
the farmhouse.
we need to look for a second missing person.
We need to look for Genoa,
This is Gian.
who is attempting to disguise himself as someone else. He will not return to us. That would make no sense. If he is a spy, he is making his way through the Red Vipers camp.
I concur.
All
I
three of you.
believe-
Sorry, go ahead, Nicolo.
I concur. I believe the only reason to hide this body is to make us stop looking for him, which means it makes perfect sense to me that he would be heading ahead of us to let our enemies know our strengths and where we are. I think we are in danger.
Right, all three of you. Can I have a perception, empathy?
It
and
was
clearly be
Luigi.
emotion. Dun, dun, dun.
That's what Ken said online.
So empathy. Sorry, perception is where? Oh.
So it's attention, empathy.
Oh, attention. Right. Okay.
Okay. Attention, empathy.
Matteo, you get +5 to this roll.
Can this use intention or reflection?
Intention or
Okay, cool.
intention or emotion.
$35.
26.
Okay.
So, sorry, with the system. So, you keep tens. They don't include in the thing, right?
Correct. You keep the 10s for free. They're like your criticals.
And then okay. So I've got in that case, yeah. So 28.
Oh god.
Nice.
Oh.
Roll like
When
walk,
someone
walk,
says
walk.
10s, right? All three of you notice that I think one of you's mentioned that he's changing his face or he's changing his appearance.
Mm-hmm.
All three of you notice that both Gasper Ulian and Gianvito, especially Gianvito, they kind of glance at each other and a split second both of them are very worried. Matteo, what you also notice is that the moment after that split second of concern, Gasper Ulian, who you've met before, looks to you, and it kind of like, we need to speak in private, and then stops. Gian Vita says, if that's the case, if we suspect this man is now heading on ahead of us and is wishing to relay his secrets to the Viper, we need to go after him. I want the three of you to accompany... What's his name? Yeah, I want all three of you to accompany Santoro Mergia. He's our scout captain. He regularly goes ahead of us to let us know of the terrain, any news. He's currently with us, but he'll be heading off in about an hour's time to do his regular scouting. You are to travel with him. He knows this area very, very well. You can tell him whatever you want. Once you get to know him, you can tell him whatever you want, but if you don't want to tell him anything, that's fine. When you get to know him, you probably wish you hadn't spoken to him, because he's a miserable bastard at the best of times. But yeah, meet up with him and travel with him. He will be your guide, and he will take you the quickest route through these lands than anyone else here. At that point, he salutes all three of you, tells you all a fantastic job. I am so glad the three of you have travelled with us. If this company is in grave danger, hopefully you will be able to stop it from happening. We must get to the bluff. Johannes will need us as reinforcements. If the Viper and his agents have reached this far east, then he may have already crossed the river. And if he's crossed the river, we will not get there in time to save Bologna. I can only pray to God that he hasn't crossed the river. He then salutes again, and at that point, he turns round, speaks to Ulian, dismisses Ulian, and he goes back and he starts, opens up a book and starts writing something. Three of you leave that area. As he does, Ulian nudges you, Matteo, and kind of tugs on you so that you can slow down and separate from the other two. Pietro and Nicola, it's still obvious that Ulian's trying to get his attention and he's pulling him away from you two. Is there anything that you two do?
I will slow down a little bit, so I don't want to get real too far away, but I'm not trying to listen to their conversation. I don't want Matteo to get murdered without us being right there. So.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
I'm going to try and hang back a little bit, but I'm going to try and be where I can maybe hear some of the conversation.
All right. Can you give me a attention, perception, surveillance? And then we'll wrap up tonight's session with this brief conversation.
1, 2. 8 dice. So it's attention, perception 1, and I've got surveillance of 1, so I'll get this +5. Okay, I got 110. So, 2. 20. 28 plus 5. Okay, 33.
33. Take off 15. Okay, you hear snippets of this conversation.
Okay.
Ulian, pulls you off to one side, Matteo. He says, You have been initiated, haven't you?
I kill him. No. Why do you ask that? He kind of looks around.
Because what I'm about to say you may already know. Our kind is rare, not as rare as the other kind, but the Viper, if the Viper has an agent in this area, chances are his brood always goes ahead of him. When you go on ahead, keep your eyes low and keep an eye out for vipers.
Literally for snakes.
He is called the Viper for a very good reason. He then kind of glances and he notices Pietro's close enough for eavesdropping, and then stops. Glances at Pietro, quite annoyed that someone was trying to overhear the conversation, and then he nods to all of you politely and then heads off. Pietro, what you heard was the terms initiated and called the Viper for good reason. That's the two main things that you picked up from that conversation. Right,
I'm going to keep this to myself.
Okay.
I am assuming that this is some sort of secret society. You know, I've heard of different, in Venice there are different, kind of secret societies, conspiratorial things. So it must be something to do with that. Something, I don't know particularly what this one is, but I'm going to start looking for other evidence and trying to, overhear things, just try and slowly start sussing it out.
Yeah, great. I'm going to leave it there. There's only one more mini story between now and catching up with the second half of the story, which was had Miller and Dorcas. Yeah. So excellent. So hopefully next session, which week will you and Ken not be here? Is that the week after?
Oh.
Ken looks drunk.
I wish. Give me a minute. Yeah. I just wanted to throw on that hey, missed you. I loved the role-playing game tonight. I mean, you guys were in it. It was really good.
Cool. Actually, do the three of you tell Luigi anything?
Shut up.
Ah, fuck that guy.
There you go. Fair enough. Okay.
No, we'll I'll have a conversation with him, and I bring him in and talk to everybody actually, and I say, this Viper person, he seems like, I've gotten intelligence. He seems like he is dangerous, and quite literally, be on the lookout for snakes. And he kind of just leaves it there.
I just say,
I'm going to assume
you say quite literally.
Snakes.
Yeah. You know, like.
God damn these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Right, I hope you guys enjoy that. Same time next week. And Ken, are you going to be here?
Yeah. I will definitely be here next week, and I look forward to it.
Brilliant. Excellent. Luigi will be hooked and drawn into the next part of the story. Brilliant.
I definitely I recognize a lot from, if you watch episodes 1 through 10, it seems like a lot of this stuff is in there. So it's
Yeah. There is a point where our character, after the battle, you're told that someone was murdered, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
And then the people you tried to chase for information from weren't able to give you anything.
Oh,
But you did pick up snippets, which you probably would have got from Luigi. So it all kind of fits together, sort of. So, brilliant. It's 11:30, so I'm going to go to bed. But that was fantastic. So glad you guys enjoyed it.
John, where is it?
Yep.
Is Linen Tapestry just on Kickstarter, or does it have a website or anything? Is there a newsletter or?
No, at the moment I'm waiting to publish all 4 books before releasing it on Lulu
Yeah.
and TTRPG.
Yeah.
But then once I've got all them done, I don't know anything about websites, but I would love to set up a website.
Well,
I've got a fantastic idea of.
We can chat about it. I do that stuff, but it might behoove you to use Substack or something, because it's free, and do like a little newsletter of your updates.
Okay. Right. All right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That way we can actually link to something.
Brilliant.
and do press.
Indie Press, yeah. Hey everybody. Musical thanks to White Bat Audio on YouTube, as well as all lowercase letters. I don't know if Ken heard his own music or not, but it was there. Thank you guys. We pilfered that music. Patreon peeps, Tim Roberts, Daniel Holker, Nostalgic. Go to patreon.com/dreadlore. Here's a bunch of ways to connect with us. Of course, I forgot to put Geeky Gamer Podcast on there. Twitch, Dreadlore, YouTube, Geeky Gamer Podcast. Pay no attention to the Dreadlore system. Hey, we've been playing Legends of Venice. Look at that pirate guy. That's us. This is the Geeky Gamer Podcast. Avoid the clap. Or not.
No, you want that. That means you're having a good time.
Sure. See you guys.
Got to break some eggs.